preview, AK-47 over at Prime Trading Investment at TradeCaster.com. Rolling through that boot camp. Was really busy last weekend. Of course, come over to TradeCaster.com. We're about halfway through that boot camp now. Also, some big news from my son, Groot, my Great Dane. He's got surgery this week coming up. So all prayers and thoughts for him. So last weekend, I found out some stuff, and I just was really busy last weekend. But this weekend, let's get to it. The very last week of August, the 26th through the 30th. And a big day this week, the last kind of earnings report from the last big earnings report, NVDA on Wednesday. So this week will be a big week moving ahead to see exactly where we move up on the SPY. And do we go to all-time highs here? Because as you can see here, we are really challenging and getting very close after that major reversal where I hope everyone got in. And I didn't, unfortunately. And I wish I would have got in on the dip because that was our dip. And it looks like we're surging. And as I've talked about, it just appears that we will hit 600 by year's end. So you know me, I'm just zooming in. We'll go to the lows first, then up to the low side to go back down through some key areas here. Got to get back down below this 562 mark, which will lead us kind of down around 550 or 561 down to around 560.80 area. Under that down to 560, under 560 to 559, 15-ish, 20 area, and then down to that to around 558.75, roll to 558. This will be my. I'm gonna go one more lower level. So you can see the low of day right here from not only Friday but then last Tuesday. This 557.35, very crucial component. If we crack that, we are heading down to Tuesday's lows of 555-ish area. Now that is my normal low of the week, and will lead to a bigger pull if we crack this 555 mark, and we'll surge down to around 550. If not the 548.75 area. I just don't see us completing that gap back down to like say 446, that area. You know, you can see there's a good little fill area. That would be maybe a possibility, honestly, but I just don't think we'll have enough juice overall. Just really, only reason I'd mention that is because of NVDA. And if it's just as terrible and we have this huge market rug pull again. Now on the way up, again, normal low of week 555, ultimate low of week 550 to 548.75. Normal high of the week. Watch for a pop-up to where, well, I'm going to go with all-time highs as my normal high of the week. 565 essentially just a hair over it. And, of course, I think we all know what to get there. We've got to get over Thursday and Friday's high. Now, over that mark, 565-ish area right here. Watch for a pop-up for your ultimate high of the week to 568.75. And, essentially, in my opinion, this will see 570. So, 570, ultimate high of the week. Normal high of the week, 565. All depending on NVDA, this could even, in my opinion, see 575 if it's a big move from NVDA as well, and thus everything else in the SPY in the market. Now, that's really going to be a telltale sign kind of across the board here. Normal week, I would be really kind of going range bound with some of these plays and maybe even the SPY back up top. NVDA could be that push and surge that helps it go up more or then maybe even back down. So your normal high of the week, I'm going to go with 228 here for Apple. Your normal low of the week, somewhere right around this 224 to 223-ish area. Your ultimate low of the week, and all depending on how bad NVDA fluctuates the market, watch for a move back down to 220 to 218.75. Now for your high of the week, watch for a move back on up. Ultimate high of the week, where we know we're going, is the 228, 228.75 area. Your ultimate high of the week, watch for a move up to 231.25 to 232. You know what? I will say, just because we're so close to it, I'll go one level up. My normal high of the week will be right here at 231. Right about right there in that reversal. Over that, watch for a pop-up to 233, and then, of course, to 237.23. That'll be my ultimate high of the week. All depending on app or NVDA. If it's a big move and across the market, we could easily see 240s and definitely new all-time high. AMD. This won't see new all-time high. Did crack the uptrend that we'd been on, really. I'd try to find that line of where you could put it at, and I try to make it about as justifiable as possible. So let's see if we stay below that. And we could fluctuate through it where it really doesn't mean anything in the end. So watch over Friday's high in this 156.50 mark for a move to about 158, 158.75 area, and then up to 160. 160 to 162, normal high of the week. Ultimate high of the week, again with NVDA, we could finally surge back up to 166, which was the big crucial kind of back and forth area for a while, and then even potentially up to 172. For your way back on down for AMD, watch for a crack back down to this 150, 185 mark, and then down to around 151. That'll be my normal low of the week. Ultimate low of the week, because I could see us channeling right through here up until maybe even Wednesday with NVDA, which is after hours. Watch for a move down to 149.35, then down to 147.50, under 147.50 to 146.50. I'll go 146.50 down to about 145 ultimate low of the week. Amazon, one that won't be seeing all-time highs, but again, like AMD, could still move pretty nicely with NVDA. On the way up, watch over this 147.40 mark to 177.40 mark up to 178. Over 178, watch for a move to this 179 area. I'll do this with most of them. Over 179, watch for a pop up to 181.50 to 182 for your normal high of the week. Your ultimate high of the week would take it up over that, and watch for a move to 185, maybe potentially 186.50. Now, this could move big with NVDA as well, but I don't think it'll move that much bigger than that. I think a lot of these tech plays could move pretty decently. ARM, one that has been, not only the downtrend break gone up, had a good move. Now we have the little trend line crack, but now we're moving sideways. So ARM here, watch for the move up over 138.05, and I think easily could be surging to 145-ish, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Well, at least 140, I know. And I'll say about 143.50 to 143.50 to 145, somewhere in here for your normal high of the week. Ultimate high of the week would then take it back to 147, 149, 150, 152 area. I'd say even up to 155. Ultimate high of the week up to about 155 for ARM. Now the way back on down. Watch back under this, well, really 135-ish, right where we're at right now. Of course, that's last Tuesday's high of day. Then under 135 for your move down to around 133.50 to 133. Under that, watch for a crack back down to around 131.40-50 area, then down to 130.75. Under that, we could easily see, in my opinion, 129.85 to about 128.75. Normal low of the week somewhere through there. Ultimate low of the week takes it through the bottom of that easily to 127.50, then down to 126.50. Under 126.50, bad with NVDA on Wednesday. Watch for move to 125.60, then down to 123.75. 123.75 down to 122.50 area, ultimate low of the week for ARM. Goog was the one that I did not pop in there. Over to Google, and it's been really gross and choppy, so I'm just going straight to levels. Normal high of the week, 147.40. Ultimate high of the week would take it back up to 175 to 176. I doubt 180, but that could be on watch with NVDA on Wednesday. For your normal low of the week, somewhere right around this 165-ish mark, down to around 164. Your ultimate low of the week would take it back down to around this 160-ish area, maybe a tad bit below it. Bad earnings with NVDA. Meta, next up on the list, really channel bound toward all-time high area. Haven't really been able to surge out of it once we made it on Thursday. So your normal high of the week, 540 to 545. Somewhere right around that area. It's been a little choppier too. Some days when we have that clear-cut takeoff, it's been nice, but it's when we have that charting that kind of shows us, hey, haven't been over 531.50 in a few days here again. And, last time we were over it, I remember calling this out last Wednesday. It was a great play. So there are some days it's great, but it's great for the opening bell. And then it's just, every day Meta pops up. There's been like this one day I can find. This one did pop back up, but you can see it popped up then back down. Almost every single day, or most times that Meta goes up, it will reverse. There are a few days, and you can see that actually will hold its gains. There's 3. Most days it goes up and down, up and down, up and down. And so my normal high of the week would be somewhere right around 540 to 545. Ultimate high of the week, good with NVDA earnings. Watch for a pop through 550 easily to about 555 to 560 area. For your way back on down, you can see 525 to about 523 has been crucial. Under 522.50, watch the crack to 520. I'll say 520 down to around 517-ish, normal low of the week. Ultimate low of the week takes it back down below 510 to around 505, maybe even 500 with NVDA bad on earnings. Over to Microsoft. Over 417.50, watch for move to 419.50 or 419.25, 20 area, then to 420. Over 420 to about 421-ish, then up to around 421.75. Over 421.75, 422.50 to 421.70, somewhere right there, normal high of the week. Ultimate high of the week will surge it back up with good on earnings with NVDA to 526, 527 area, with a blip possibly to 530. For your way back on down, you can see how crucial this 412 area is. I'll go normal low of the week 412. Ultimate low of the week cracks it back down to 408.75. And below that, with bad earnings on NVDA, it'll be a little choppy, but I could see this hitting 407.50 to about 405. And to the baby girl herself, NVDA. Trying to get out of this downtrend that we've been in for quite a while here. You can go to the 4 hour, different time frames will show different areas where it should be in. Now it's just fluctuating back and forth through it. Not that it was a very identical downtrend. I just saw one touch, two touch. Let's see what happens when we get to it. Not a lot. And so that really will come to what happens this week. Back over 131, and for a normal high of the week, watch for a move up and with earnings on Wednesday if it's going to be good to 133.50 to 134, and over that to about 136.50 to 137. That'll be my normal high of the week, 136 to 137. Ultimate high of the week would take it up to 141, and I feel we'll go to 150, new all-time highs with good earnings with NVDA. Now, I don't think we'll get too crazy, but maybe a hair over 150, we will see. I'd be surprised if we're seeing a little bit. Not super surprised, we've seen it all right. But if we're seeing 160s, 170s. Now, again, that depends on where takeoff joint is from. If we have a lot of, 2-3 good days Wednesday leading into it, and we're already at 136, 137, we're going to see 150. We might see 170. But, I don't know if we're going to fluctuate until then. So, it all depends on where we go with earnings. I would imagine we move about $20 to $25, somewhere in there with earnings to the minimum side. Maybe 15 minimum, but I'd go 15 to 25, somewhere in there minimum this play will move with earnings, with a potential move of about 30 to 40, somewhere in there. So again, normal high of the week, 136, 137, normal, right? But we have earnings, so watch for move to 141 easily with good earnings, if not 150. So I'm going 150, if not more, after earnings if it's good. On the way back on down, watch for move back under 126, 127 area down to around 126, right? You see that 126, 127 area, right? So under 126, that's where more of a short comes in to 125. Then you're running down to 123.50, then down to about 122. Well, we'll go 123. I'll go 123 to 122.50, normal low of the week, somewhere right through there. Ultimate low of the week cracks it back down to 120. Bad earnings to 119.50, 118.75 area. All the way back down to 115. And then traders that didn't get in for the dip down to 90, they'll be happy again because we'll see this play crack potentially back down to, in my opinions, let's think of Minions, the movie all of a sudden. My opinions, minimum 115. 115 with bad earnings. 122.50, 123 would be my kind of normal low of the week. And especially if we didn't have earnings and leading into earnings, we won't get any lower than that. With bad earnings, watch for a crack, like I said, to 118.75 to 115 minimum. If not, then down to 110, maybe even 107.50. 105-ish, maybe down to 100 could be on watch. I doubt we get back down to that $90 mark. I doubt it. I just think that's a little too much of a move to the bottom side, in my opinion. I'm going a little bit more to the top side than the bottom side. Back over. So more on to Meta here. Meta's been in. Oh, we already went over Meta. Let's not go backwards, Josh. It was QQQ. I would be back to. Let's go. That's why I probably said that. Over to QQQ. Again, it's going to be a lot like SPY. Watch for move over this 480, 60, 50 mark for a move to 482.50. Over that, then to 480, 420, whatever. Then to 485. 485.50 normal high of the week. Ultimate high of the week. I think you know where we're going. Back up close to 500 with good earnings on NVDA. That will surge back up to about 500 for the normal high or ultimate high of the week. Normal high 485. For your move back on down, 475 down to around 470, 370. Normal low of the week, somewhere right around there. Ultimate low of the week, bad earnings with NVDA. We're tanking back down to around 465, somewhere low 460, somewhere right around there for QQQQQQQQQ. SMCI, major channel. Finally going to get broke this week with NVDA, no matter what, I promise you. I'll go normal low of the week, 600 to 595. Ultimate low of the week cracks it back down to 485, then to 465, then down to 450, 550. 550 down to 540-ish area. Ultimate low of the week with NVDA earnings. We finally could get moving again this week. When we had, you could just see this week. Let's just go from Monday to Thursday. Monday to Thursday, we go from 505-ish, 500 up to, $140, right? $140. That could finally happen again this week. So normal low of the week, just because we haven't been, I'm going to go somewhere in this area, 600 down to around 585. I'll go 585 included in that. Ultimate low of the week, we're easily hitting 550, if not 540. I don't think we would have enough juice in the tank to get all the way back down to 480. I would go ultimate, somewhere like I said, 540 to 550, but we could have one of these weeks again where we finally move out of this channel. It only takes 2 days with SMCI, like that Monday and Tuesday, and you have a $100 week. On the way back on up, a little bit of a downtrend forming 630, 640 resistance. Normal high of the week there, 630 to 640. Ultimate high of the week, you saw that earnings move up to 720. There's really not a lot going on past that because we've cracked so much. Easily going to get 650, if not up to around 685 with good earnings for NVDA. I don't quite think we'll get back up to that resistance fail area of 725, but that's like me mentioning this 480 mark. I don't think we'll have enough juice in the tank, but again, it just takes 2 days for this to have a $100 week, and easily could happen this week, especially how channel bound we've been. Last but not least here, I did not type in the Tesla. Very wonky, just choppy play, as you can tell. Good moves on some days, and then some days it is just a chop suey. Normal high of the week, we've got to get back over Friday's high, which would lead us up through a lot of chop, but would get us back to Wednesday, Thursday's high. 24 to 25. Over that to 228, normal high of the week. Ultimate high of the week could get us back up to that 233 corridor that I have right there to 235 with NVDA and good earnings. And I don't think it'll move as crazy as some of these other plays. Tesla always seems to do its own thing, but I wouldn't be surprised we saw maybe even close to 240. Again, this has really big days and doesn't take a lot for it to have a $15, $20 week. On the way back on down, crucial pivot points back and forth through the 17, 18 mark, which would lead us back down to 1550, 1575 mark, and underneath that for my normal low of the week, 1275 to 1250. Ultimate low of the week would immediately take us down to 210, which I might even include that. You can see a dip the Friday before last, then last Thursday there as well. So I'll include that. Then there's this upper shadow. No, it's a pre-market, but I'll include that. Ultimate or for normal low of the week. Normal low of the week, 1250 down to about 210. 210 to 1250. Ultimate low of the week. Under that 210-ish mark, this is going to, obviously immediately fly to 208.50, but with bad earnings in NVDA and say if it does fluctuate with it, we'll fly down to around 203.50, this around 203.50 area. There isn't one chart I like more than any, except for some of these that have been channel bound and really could squeeze. Apple's one of them, hasn't got over this 230 mark, as you can see here, for quite a while. Apple over 228, 230 can really get some movement this week. Google, I think, but it's real choppy. I wouldn't go there. NVDA is another one. NVDA back over this 131 mark, and with earnings coming up, NVDA is huge this week, and I like a lot of these to the top side. The bottom side, a lot of these don't have the move. SMCI does have the move to the bottom side actually as well. So SMCI, you can see the channel that we've been in here really tight here recently. Back over 630.40. Whoo, it's gonna fly. It's gonna fly. Mark my words, it's gonna fly. Back under 600, it's gonna dump. And back under this 6 or 585 mark, it'll really start to crack some more. Those are some of my favorite plays leading into this week just because of the tight channels they've been in. Tighter the channel, the longer the channel. The better the move, the longer the move. That's it for me this week. See you guys back with another weekly preview next weekend. AK-47 signing off. Until then, have a great, safe, blessed, food-filled week. And all prayers, thoughts, and everything with my man, Grootato down here. Oh, Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot.